That's better. So today is one of the first outdoor weather cafe days. So I'm very excited about start of the outdoor cafe season, because the people watching from indoors is just really not the same as the people watching from outdoors. Love the people watching. Gotta love the people watching. Not much. What's going on? Just James. Am I too away from the computer for you guys to hear me? By the way. Good. I'm trying not to shout and thereby scare people nearby. Cool. I got the best seat for the best view for you guys, but it also positions me right next to the front door to the Starbucks. So everyone entering gets to say, who is this mentally ill foreigner talking to his laptop as they walk in? That's a really good point. I get better the further away from the camera I go. The lunch show is Friday, baby. Come on, man. It's Friday. Gotta look good on Friday. But yeah, I just watched the Jersey Shore, all 9 episodes of the Jersey Shore, and so now I'm trying to Guido it out. You know, I got my hair waxed in. You know, I went to the gym this morning. I hit the weights for an hour. Did some tanning. You know. I've got jeans on. That's casual. Sneakers. I'm going to be a Guido before long. No, I watched the Jersey Shore recently. For those of you who haven't seen this TV show, do not. It will cause irreparable damage to your cerebral cortex. But for those of you who have seen it, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, how was that show on MTV and not the Discovery Channel or Animal Planet? Seriously. It should have been on Animal Planet. I couldn't stop. Exactly, Silent Wood. I could not stop watching it. It was such a horrific train wreck of a disaster that I could not stop watching it. And I found it funny. A border between like funny and really sad, because I grew up in that area. Like those, I'm Irish, French, German in terms of my ancestral descent, but I'm a Long Islander, so those are pretty much my people on that show. I fucking hated Guidos when I was living in that area, but wow, that show is wow. Rosie Hart, it's like Real World, only with some of America's most entertaining characters of American subculture. Like, I guess, Rhode Island Italian Americans, which are equivalent to, like, you know, I don't know, people from the Ozarks, culturally speaking. But anyway, it was a horrible, horrible piece of TV entertainment. But I kind of enjoyed it in a bizarre way. You're not boring me happy in the dark. How could you ever do that? That's the way to say douche tard. I didn't even know douche tard was a word until just now. If you're from America, you're American. That's it. I've definitely become. Like when I was growing up in the States, I was very much I'm Irish American. St. Patty's Day is coming up. That was a big day for me. But you know what? If you're from America, yeah, you're American. That's it. Sorry. There's no connection between you and any country in Europe, really, unless you're like first generation. If your parents have an accent from the home country, then you can maybe call some type of roots. But second generation, yeah, you're an American. Happy in the dark? I didn't think it was about masturbating, but now I do. That's a clever explanation for what else it could mean, though. Wabi-Ske, I'm sure you can find some people who agree with you. I'm not one of them. I love America. Proud America. Listen to Toby Keith and... No, actually I don't do that. America represent! USA! But in the words of my Australian friend, America is a wonderful place. Thank God for America. Because if it wasn't for America, where would we keep all the Americans? I mean, they'd be all over the place. They'd be everywhere. But now we have America. We can keep all the Americans there. They don't seem to want to leave. So they just stay there and keep to themselves. And the whole planet's better off for having a place for them to be. Because if there wasn't a place for them to be, like they'd be like the Chinese. They'd be everywhere. I would love to see the Jersey Shore come to Enoshima, which is like, I guess the closest thing to the Jersey Shore in Tokyo. Enoshima, it's like Shonan, I should say. The Shonan beach area is pretty much our Jersey Shore in Tokyo. It's actually, they refer to it as the Miami Beach of Japan, but that's a gross overstatement. It's pretty freaking far from a Florida beach. But it's exactly the same. It's funny, it's hilarious. Exactly the same as Jersey Shore. This tiny little strip of shitty sand, and just packed. The boardwalk is just packed with shops selling T-shirt and crap and booze. It's actually a really fun place. I love going there. I did a video about it, one of the very, very early videos. Actually, I'd like to go back there and do another video about it because I didn't really. I don't know. Show enough, I don't think. Actually, that was a pretty good video. I think I got the general idea of it. It's the video where I got the tattoo for the kanji Niku on my arm. I don't know, how warm is it in Tokyo right now? According to my phone, which lies, because I think it goes on, I don't know where the hell it gets the weather info from Yahoo. Seriously, Yahoo weather sucks. It's 15 degrees and partly cloudy. It also says it's raining today. I don't think it's raining right now. It seriously, this is the shittiest weather thing on my phone. My old phone was a Docomo. Now I'm with SoftBank. Because SoftBank has the iPhone. But Docomo had this other weather service called just Weather News in katakana. Man, it was freaky. It was freaky. Like they would give you like the weather at the train station you were in every like 15 or 30 minute interval of time. So they could be the weather report would be like at 7:30 in Ikebukuro station it will be raining. Like it was crazy specific, and it was almost always accurate. The only thing about it that was bullshit was they would never say either 0% anything or 100% anything. Which I don't know if this is the same with weather broadcasters all over the world, or just a Japanese thing. But like they would refuse to say like 0% chance of rain. Like they always say 10% chance of rain, just because like the possibility that they're wrong, like they would be so embarrassed that they said 0, and then there was a little bit of rain. So like just in case there was like it's a 10% chance, which means no chance. Just they don't have the balls to say 0, and it really kind of annoys me. It's like, come on, go out on the limb there, weather guy. Go there, go for it. We trust in you. You tell me I don't need my umbrella. I'm going to wear the cashmere with it. I'm going to wear the suede. You let me know. 0%. Go for it. But they never do. They're always like, 10%. Sorry. That's about as definite as I can be. Even like the weather report in Japan is somewhat wishy-washy. Vague. Actually, the weather, the Tokyo weather report is actually generally pretty accurate. I think they got that knack of it. What's my take on 2012? Apparently not a good time to live in an earthquake-prone country. And these things come in threes, so I'm not too happy to be in Tokyo right now. Seriously, I mean, Tokyo's next, man. I watched almost none of the Winter Olympics, almost zero. Really kind of don't care about any of those sports. I'm not going to even pretend to like care about them, as most people seem to have been doing during the Olympics. But I don't see how they could be good, considering they're all sports that I'm not a fan of. Like, I don't see how I could suddenly magically become a fan of something that I've never been a fan of my entire life, just for 2 weeks. I love the Summer Olympics because I actually used to do a lot of the sports that they do in the Summer Olympics. But Winter Olympics, the kind of I don't ski. I don't. I make snowmen. If there was an Olympic snowman competition, I would watch that. I watched the only. Actually, you're right. The only Vancouver coverage I watched was Colbert. That's the only Vancouver coverage I watched, and I caught a little bit on Japanese news because they're incessant about it. They love the Olympics. That's true. If you're Canadian, it's important because it's the one thing your country's good at. No, I'm sorry. That's not true. Quebecers are great at being assholes. Quebecans are great at being assholes. Well, I mean, there's an earthquake probably somewhere in Japan right now. very small one, but I mean, there's constantly little minor earthquakes all over Japan, but like you don't even feel them. They don't be picked up by like what do they call it? The word for earthquake equipment, seismic equipment. That and I'm resting my leg on the table. That might be. Oh no! Earthquake! Yeah, Black Widow. I remember I was. I guess this is the World Cup in. God, I don't remember dates. 98. The World Cup is. I guess was there a World Cup in '98? If there was, it was a World Cup in '98. Then I was working over the summer in London, actually at Wimbledon tennis. The Wimbledon tennis tournament. I was working that for HBO Sports, and I'm delivering coffee or whatever shitty PA job I was doing at the time. And a bunch of British Jews come up and they're like, "Oh man, America got bitched. That's gotta hurt." And I'm like, "What happened? Did a Russian rogue missile land in the States?" And they're like, "No, man, you just lost to Iran in soccer. That's gotta hurt." And I was like, "What? We played Iran in soccer? Oh, okay. We lost? Oh, okay. Wow. Good thing I don't give a shit about soccer then." And I'm probably the only American aware of this fact at this point. But it was just like nobody in the States cared at all. But I was unfortunately in Europe at the time. Well, sorry, no, sorry, I wasn't in Europe. I was in the UK. Don't want to offend any sensibilities there. Yeah, seriously, it was like, really, it's just not our sport. We don't care. We play it when we're in school, but I don't know. It's I don't know. It's not a bad sport. I mean, I watch it occasionally now, like some Japanese football, but I never watched it when I was in the States. No one watched it in the States. No one gave a shit. Serious. I mean, somebody does. I'm sure somebody in America likes that. But then, there's fans of dogfighting in America. There's. No, yeah. The only thing that pisses me off, and really pisses me off, is when the U.S. loses at basketball or baseball in the Olympics or the World Cup or whatever they do. That's just ridiculous. The U.S. should never, ever, ever, ever not get the gold medal in basketball in the Olympics, and yet they fucked that up so many times. Which is why I hate actually professional basketball. I despise professional basketball. I love college basketball, but I hate professional basketball. Oh, Ozzy Long, that's hilarious. Commemorative in your face, we bitch, and then you gotta lick it. Then you gotta lick that stamp, put it on your letter and mail it. Put that in your post box and mail it, bitch. That's awesome. To make a commemorative stamp of beating another country at a sporting event. That's fantastic. Just so your citizens can mail letters to people they know in that country. Or just random people out of the phone book. Just so they can get to see the stamp. But then again, my country made an Elvis commemorative stamp, so I can't say we have better qualifications for deciding what gets turned into a stamp. And actually, they even had us vote between young, cute Elvis and old, fat Elvis. I think old, fat Elvis won. I can't remember now which Elvis won the vote. It had to be old, fat Elvis. I mean, he wins every time. Sequence over style anytime. it would be awesome to just randomly send letters to people in the country that you beat. So like, you don't know me. I just wanted to connect on a personal level with someone from your country, just to point out that you suck. I guess that's what the internet is for. I guess that all gets expressed in YouTube comments now. No one sends mail anymore. It depresses me so much. It makes me so sad that nobody sends mail anymore. I miss mail. I miss letters. I miss stamps. Those things are awesome. So sad. Elvis died on your birthday. What's that? August 16th? August 16th? Elvis's death? It's a guess. If I know that, I'm kind of depressed. Wow, is that correct? Oh, that is so sad that I know the death date of Elvis. Wow, that's frightening. I scare myself sometimes. That's frightening. I should not know that. There's definitely a better piece of information like that should be taking up that space in my head, like the Heimlich maneuver, or how to say like you are very beautiful in Greek. Oh man. So oh yeah, sorry about last week with last week with Kat. Yeah, we missed each other. My phone got fucked up, and then we missed each other at the station. So it was a missed meeting, but she's gonna come back on the show. She's going to New Zealand, I think. No, she's going to South America. Sorry, she's going to Chile for a couple weeks, and then when she gets back, Nicaragua is it? I don't know where she's going. I don't know. But anyway, so when she said when she gets back, she's gonna come on the show then. It totally just sucked. We just missed each other, and then I had like computer issues, like I just almost had today. But today, for what it's worth, the laptop is functioning. The battery is charged. The Cooney is in a pleasant headspace. And it's sunny out. What more could you ask for in life? Ow, Dre DDR, that hurts. That hurts. Just cool to see some content again. Ouch. Well, hold on a second. Computer just fell. Yes. Even it. I gotta pick up my stuff, bitch. I got arms. I can do it. Now, actually, there was this really awkward moment on the train this morning. You'd understand the awkwardness of it more if you have ever lived in Japan. So I'm on the train coming to Shinjuku, where I am now, and I got a Dr. Pepper, and I kind of ran to get my train. So the Dr. Pepper was in a little bit of an agitated state, right? But I'm aware of this. So I go gentle with the Dr. Pepper. I gently kind of coax out the bubbles, so it doesn't spray all over, as I've done many, many times to myself. And I get basically the DP under control, and it's all fizzed out, I think. And then I'm like, all right, good, it's all fizzed out. And I open it up, and there was just this one last sneaky little Dr. Pepper burst of carbonation that was just like waiting. It was just like back up against the top of the cap, like waiting for me to like be confident to open up. So I opened up, I was like, whoa! And like it jumped out. I was like, whoa! Like that. It jumped out. And like it kind of like, it sprayed like, it dribbled down the side of my thing. And it made a little kind of noise. And this like Japanese girl next to me like turns and sees it. And she goes into her bag, and she gets out tissues, but like there's like nothing to clean up. There's literally like 1 or 2 drops. I wiped them on my shirt because I'm a man, and she's like, tissues, and I was like, no, I'm fine. And then it was weird because like, yeah, you don't do that. You don't generally speaking, people don't do that in Tokyo. Like, I could have had a sucking chest wound, and there could be a doctor on board, and he would just not see it happening. He was just like totally just ignore that because we're on the train, and we ignore what other people do on the train. And so then, like, you know, and by this time, I got on Ikebukuro, but this time it was in like Takadana Baba. And then I was thinking, okay, that was actually kind of nice of her. I should say something. You know, she actually made a human connection. But the thing is, if I now talk back to her, then that's going to make her feel even weirder, probably. So I just like, I noticed her ID tag was for the KDDI building. So she works in Yogi apparently. And so, oh my gosh, she's probably getting off in Shinjuku or Yogi like me. So like, just before the train got to a station, I turned and was like, thank you for the tissues. That was very non-Tokyo-like of you to do. And she kind of giggled and then got off the train. But it was at that awkward moment because generally speaking, human interaction or contact between people on the train is verboten. I mean, it was fine for me, like my first year or 2 I was here, because I didn't realize it was weird. So I was like talking to girls on the train all the time. But now I'm kind of like, wow, this is like awkward. I'm talking to a person I do not know on the train. Oh, and just so you know, she wasn't actually that cute. So that's the other reason I wasn't all over the tissue offer. I mean, if she had been like really hot, I would have absolutely been. Actually, I think I will need tissues in a few moments. I should have told you that at the start of the story. But she wasn't. No, she was. I mean, she was. I was just ugly, but I mean, she wasn't. She was just like, you know. And it's kind of hard, like, you know. It's like 10. Well, it was like 10 in the morning. You're on the train. She's going to work. You know, that is not the time to be pulling the Nampa anyway. You know. She was trying to give me tissues. I didn't want to turn into that gaijin over it was a perfectly nice offer of tissues, you know. Unless, of course, she had been like, you know, like crazy hot, at which case it would have been definitely worth it. Definitely would have been worth my pride. Kiko's, can you back me up on this? Have you ever had a Japanese person? Well, I mean, actually, not ever. Okay, it happens every now and then. But like, other than for the purpose of practicing English, do Japanese people ever talk to you for any reason on the train ever? Yeah, I know, like seriously, why couldn't it have been like boa on the train? Oh, he goes gone. So sad. So sad. It's hilarious, happy in the dark. Now, I've had a weird week with strangers suddenly talking to me. It's been anyway. Yes. Yes. Oh, hello. Okay. Actually, this, as I just said it, it just happened. Some random European, I'm guessing, woman came over and asked if I'm talking to my computer, and I said yes, I am talking to my computer. And then she said, okay, I'll come back later. But the same thing happened. I was in Becker's in Ikebukuro like Monday or Tuesday, and there was these two people, gaijin, sitting next to me, and we just got into a conversation. Very nice people, really, really fun, nice people. But it was just kind of weird. This has been a weird week. I don't know. People seem to want to talk to me on the street this week. I don't know why. Maybe it's the glasses. I love Ikebukuro too, Mitch. 179. And by the way, I'll point out that you are better than all the Mitches 1 through 178. That's why you're 179, dude. You're the best. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been a weird week. A weird kind of week. I don't think I've been seeing more on TV. I haven't been on TV much lately. I had throughout the whole summer I was on TV every day, but since November I've not been. Yeah, Happy in the Dark. I have had that situation a number of times in my day, and unfortunately, and this is something I've noticed, I think, pretty much since high school. When girls go to a club and they form their little they circle the wagons and they form this little girl circle with their backs facing outwards towards the club, and then face inwards for protection against anyone else who might possibly come to dance with them. It's sort of really? Is that why you came out to the club tonight? Really? To dance in your little girl circle? But even adults in Tokyo, I understand that at a school dance back home, but seriously, at a club in a major metropolis city at 2 a.m., you're really circle dancing with your girlfriends? What is that one? Seriously. And then there's the guys kind of orbiting this satellite kind of outside. They're trying to bust in. They're trying to break in, but you can't break in. You know. And then one of them goes to the bathroom, and it's that's the chance to jump in. One of my friends used to say the key is you have to go after just as lions go after the wounded wildebeest. If you ever see a girl at a club with a broken leg who's just out with her friends, they're all dancing and she's kind of she can't dance, that's the one to go after because she's immobile, she can't get away. And her friends, they're off dancing and having fun. They're not going to come back and try and save her. They're not going to come back and save her, you know. So go after the one with the broken leg at the club. But it's rare that you see a girl in a cast at the club. You know, not so often. Hold on a second, I'm getting emails. And actually, there might be a guest today. There is meant to be a guest today. Hold on a second. I can only focus on one or two things. Okay, no, this is not said would-be guest. Oh well. Gonads at the neighboring table. I'm glad you guys know what that means.
White chocolate.
Oh, some of you know what that means.
Yeah. White chocolate.
Yeah, and that sounds like a really bad idea, actually. The building behind me is a omiyage shop. They sell like omiyage, I think from Miyazaki, which is a prefecture in the southwestern part of Japan, and some other places. Actually, I gotta go find out what that European woman wanted. Will you guys wait here? Maybe I should get a coffee or something. Alright, I'll be back in 1 second. It was a YouTube spotting, apparently. It's like, oh, you are that guy from YouTube. I am Kiraz from Turkey. And there was a French dude there and a Chinese dude. So I was just like, oh, hey. Hello, people. A little chit chat. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Oh, that was great success. No, success is not the term I would use. I am absolutely not one of those. Not by a long freaking shot. I have a weird cult following, I'll say that. Not that I'm calling you guys weird. Oh wait, I am. I'm calling you a weird cult. Do I have a job? Yes, Wabiske, I have a job. I'm actually really stoked. Really super stoked right now. Yesterday I had an awesome meeting. And I can't like give exact details of it, but essentially, I mean, most of you know I'm a writer. And for the last year I've been writing a children's TV show, which is not exactly what I had dreamed of writing when I was a child myself. But I mean, it's work, and it keeps me inside the TV studio. So, you know, I'm happy with that. But I'm going to have a chance this month to pitch for a pilot. And I have a really good shot of getting it, provided I can come up with a good idea for the pilot. Basically, I have to come up with like maybe two, 3 ideas. I'm going to come up with like 10 ideas. I have to whittle it down. But basically, I'm competing against some other people inside the company for the budget to make a 25-minute pilot for an original TV show. It can be anything, anything I want at all, anything whatsoever. Complete blank slate, creating an entirely new show, concept actors, anything. I just have to pitch it, and then hopefully they go with it. But like the competition I'm going up against, frankly, all suck. And there was a similar competition like this 3 years ago, which I won, and that show got made into a pilot. But the pilot never got picked up for a full run, sadly. So I've already won this competition, a similar competition, like for a pilot before against the people I was competing against then were actually better than this time, I would say. So I rate my chances 10% to be conservative. So I'm really stoked. But now I basically going to spend all of my waking hours next month trying to come up with an idea that will rock the world of these middle-aged Japanese executives. And this is a show for general audiences.
I don't know.
It'll be in Japanese, the Japanese language show with Japanese actors, unless I choose to throw in some foreign actors speaking in Japanese. But it's a Japanese language primetime drama that I'm pitching. Or comedy. Or really anything. It's got to be fiction. That's the only thing. It has to be fiction in 25 minutes, and there's a set budget. And I can't say if it's a niche game either.
You can take it cold. Are you wanting to go now? No, it's better, yeah.
I can only say that it's for a company. It can be anything. Anything, absolutely anything. All they've given it constraints are the time limit, the budget, and the date I have to submit everything by. So, kind of stoked. Very stoked. We're probably sure they're from Japan.
I could
Trust me, don't think I haven't thought of that.
argue all the time. No, not But before what you did?
Nice. I am so much like the Terminator in so many ways. The Lord Onion.
I talked to friends about I want to do something. That's what I do. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So that's I need that full time.
The other thing is that the only thing they said is they are looking for something new and original, but they always say that. No one ever says we're looking for something old and staid. No one ever says that. But they say at least looking for something new and original. So I'm gonna propose 2 ideas. One that's like batshit crazy out there, and then one that's like just slightly past normal.
make a book.
Japan does not have reality TV in the way it exists in America. But the other thing is, it's almost impossible to do a reality TV pilot. I don't even know how I'd go about making a reality TV show pilot episode. You know, you kind of have to just do it. Either do it or you don't. You know? But doing a pilot's as much work as doing the entire show, basically. Oh, Mitch 179, they're everywhere. This is this coffee shop in Shinjuku is the sheep dung that attracts the flies, or the light that attracts the moths, but more nicely.
Never.
But there are like reality TV shows in a way in Japan, I suppose. Like there's one I'm really pissed off at myself about this. I'm really pissed off. I meant to make a video about it almost a year ago now, and I kept saying I'd do it, and I never got around to doing it. Never made the fucking video, and he's almost home now, so there's no point. But a Japanese comedian has been running around the world. He ran from Osaka, sailed across the Pacific in a boat, ran clear across the U.S., sailed across the Atlantic in another boat, ran across Europe, and right now he's somewhere like, I think, in like Uzbekistan. He's almost like home, but they've been uploading a video each day on YouTube. Kampe is the name of the guy. I think Earth Marathon is the name of the YouTube channel. But they've been tracking like his progress as he does it. And they're going to end up having a big show with all the highlights and stuff. He doesn't run while he's on the boat. He just hangs out and eats. Yeah, so that I kept meaning to make a video about that, and then related to the process of learning Japanese, that like it's a similar choice. It's a marathon, and it's not about the shoes you buy like the first day, or the book you buy, or whatever. You just have to do it. It's a slog. But I meant to fucking do a video about that way back then, but I didn't. So
That's right.
totally lost that opportunity. And now he's almost home, so I'm kind of pissed at myself. I never did. There's so much, that's the shitty thing. There's so many things I want to do. There's so many things I want to be doing. I just don't have time. I totally wish if I had like any of the superpowers from the shitty TV show Heroes, as shitty as that show was, it would definitely be the stop time power. Not just so I could sneak into banks and women's locker rooms, but so that I could have more time to do shit. But what I don't know is, they never like address this in Heroes. So he stops time, but does that mean he doesn't have to sleep for the amount of time that he spends while he's stopping time? So let's say he stops, let's just say, they don't address this in the show, and I'm curious, he stops time for like 5 hours to go do something, then he starts up time again. Wouldn't he have like a 5-hour kind of jet lag from, like, for him it would be like 9 o'clock at night, for everybody else it's like 6, you know? So I want to know whether or not he needs to sleep while he's like suspending time. Even if it's unrelated, I could at least then stop time, sleep, then start time again, and I could just go 24 hours a day. That would be freaking awesome. That would be huge.
I want to leave, but I want to bring the customers for me. So it's not kind of leave and don't leave. So if you can leave, you give me more money.
So if anyone finds out the answer to that question, please email me.
So maybe we can agree.
I might have to go to Yahoo Answers just to find out.
That's what I'm doing. Just go And then
Otherwise, I'm gonna lose sleep tonight. I'm gonna be thinking about this all night.
I can still do it.
Yeah.
It's very hard to do that. But teachers can help you to bring them out. Teachers can come in.
Yeah.
Like this teacher. He's already asking you.
When you talk about it,
You don't ask me. Two of my friends, two of my friends, four of my friends. They will come. There's more people.
Oh man, the thought of Back to the Future. Don't even get started there, man.
He came. Because I was working. Imagine if I'm not working. I sit down with him and we drink together.
How old am I? I guess you are 29. Close. No cigar. Self-lacing shoes would be cool, especially in Japan. That's it. A lot of people ask for advice about moving to Japan. Don't buy shoes with shoelaces. Go Velcro. Go 8th grade, go Velcro.
The next day,
Or slip-ons.
Monday, the teacher came in.
But
What was the first
shoelaces
thing
are the
of
bane
class?
of my
I
existence.
didn't.
And actually, I have to think, like, today, am I going to be going anywhere where I'm going to have to take my shoes off?
The guys in Japanese, when he said thanks, when you pour, when you make it,
You released it. There are shoes with zippers? Wow. I did not know about that. I'm going to have to look into that. Zippers do make everything cooler. That's probably true. Leather jacket, add zippers. You just went from pretty cool to James Dean in like 5 seconds.
and I'm sure if you
Marlon Brando in like 5
Japanese
seconds.
people, they will love it and they will give you more. Same way, yeah. You give them a little bit, they give you more.
Nah, I'm not looking for plot ideas from you guys, by the way. I gotta find this by myself. This is actually the fun. This is what I enjoy doing. So I don't want any ideas. Like it's entertaining for me to try and find ideas. That's the most fun thing I get to do in my life. Yeah. Well, hey, you know. Actually, I just wrote a post on GIB TV. I think it went up. I think it's going up today. Probably going up today. It didn't go up yesterday. It should go up today about trying to focus on conversation in Japan, but there's like someone speaking your language across the room, and your brain keeps like focusing in on what they're saying, despite the fact that you're trying to focus on the conversation you're having. It's so irritating. Actually, I wonder if that's up yet.
Yeah, student person, no, I didn't see it here.
Alright, well, it's not up now. I'll post a link to it on my Twitter when it is up later, but you can just check later if you want. But my new blog post will be up today. Also, the Negi, which is this like really shitty version of The Onion I write for a magazine here called Metropolis Magazine, comes out today. the Negi comes out today in Metropolis magazine. So if you're in Tokyo, you can get a paper copy, but it's also online. So if you're looking for something to read, that's what people always say. It's like I haven't made a video yet, so people bitch that I'm not making content. But like I'm constantly making content, every day. But it's just not always YouTube content. You know, it's for my stand-up act, or it's for the Negi, or it's for my blog, or for, you know, other random stuff like that. And those things actually pay me money. YouTube does not pay me money. Not really. I mean, I think I made like $12 last month from YouTube. Yes, money is nice. That's the other thing about this, like pitching this pilot. I will get a nice little chunk of the budget, if you know, like that'll set me up for like a quarter of the year, budget-wise. Yeah, Happy in the Dark. I do know if Initiative Princess makes that much money from YouTube, and that frightens me.
Something that works well, and my friend is doing this, but it's a good thing when it works. That's one of
Funny shock.
Buy like a big camera and some material to do it. So the guy goes
Sorry,
to the parties,
I can pull the
nightclubs,
computer closer, or I can just shout.
And then
I can shout at the computer.
And sell to people.
That helps.
He sells the photograph, the pictures. He just got a camera. Yes. Yes.
Really better than a gaijin shouting at his laptop.
I know what you compose the pictures and then you can sell it.
Well, I'm totally shadowed out because of the highly lit background, but the background's probably more interesting than me. So.
In euros, it was like maybe 10 euros.
What is in France?
Yeah.
I don't know 10 euros. But I need to.
You can sell it like 2 euros. Then, for one night you can earn 100,000.
That's better.
Yeah, of course, because the guy knows the owner of nice so.
It's my own fault. Like if I actually, if I stopped using the like other people's copyrighted music on my videos, I could probably make some money from YouTube. But then my videos would all suck, quite frankly.
From 1 to 6, so you have time after 6, that's good.
Check and see if that, if that possible guest coming. I'm thinking the guest is not going to happen. I tried to organize it last night.
Yes. Some of it can be different for you ask for some different ships, they can have set up, they can make it. But it's pretty hidden, yeah. When you organize it, do you
No, I guess just on Twitter last night I just said if anybody wants to be my guest today. And this guy who I just met on Tuesday, he came in and did an open mic set at this like comedy, kind of like a practice comedy venue we set up. Like where basically everybody gets 3 minutes and that's it. And we just go one after the other, like kind of like lightning round mode. And you just go up, do 3 minutes, get down, next person, next person, next person, next person, next person. And he was at that. It was actually really good. I think he's new to Japan, from Detroit. But then he he twittered me and said that he'd be down for doing the show today, but I twittered back to him that yes, like at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, all the time.
So,
Every week is different. So that's what.
Perhaps
Every week is different.
we missed out. You might not have the exciting internet
They call me many times to come, and I said no.
ability I have.
I can work more than 30 hours because I will get told. Yeah, but that's why they don't want to. So they told me no, don't work more than 30 hours. No.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Dubstep, retro.
You signed the contract, 28 hours. Sometimes so.
Is dubstep a type of Jamaican music?
Sometimes you call me, and my manager said, okay, well, we told you, but maybe it was a mistake then. We shouldn't have told you. No, you work already 28 hours. Because you worked 40 hours this week, or like 1 month ago. Say yes, so you can't for this. I said, so why there is open shift? Why somebody let me do it? Yeah.
Yeah, if you can do it.
Mistake.
Hell yeah. Do a semester in Tokyo. It's expensive though.
They pay me, yeah.
Question, are you good at haggling and do they haggle much as you can? I like haggling because I'm from Long Island. It's part of what my people do. But no, generally you do not haggle in Tokyo. Except for there's two places where you can haggle. I would say. I mean, there are more than two, but like flea market type places, like any flea market, you obviously can haggle. That's the same anywhere in the world. And in Ueno, Amayoko Market, you could actually haggle there. Like, but generally speaking, no. Like, I don't think I could get them to bring down the price of the coffee at Starbucks, no matter what I say. Unless, possibly, if I was armed with a gun, then I could get maybe, I could get them to come down from 340 yen.
Japan, they don't know what it is.
Yeah, Ueno is, I think, somewhat famous for haggling. Yeah, Cornelius I know, but I don't really have much. I have like a couple tracks by Cornelius. I had a friend who was really into Cornelius, Matt, and actually he was in. Speaking of the devil, he was in my Ueno video. Bald British dude. Man, that was I guess a year or two ago. I don't know if you guys heard that story, but some gaijin got naked and jumped in the moat of the Imperial Palace, and in unison, every single gaijin in Japan said to themselves, "Oh shit, please do not be from my country." It turned out that he was. There was some confusion if he was British or Spanish. No one could figure it out, but it turned out he was British, but his family lived in Spain. And then eventually it turned out that he was, I can't remember if it was semi-retarded or mentally unbalanced, but he had some type of like mental issue. He was not right as rain. Which I think you could have gathered from the fact that he stripped down and jumped in the moat. But apparently he did it because something fell in the moat and he wanted to get it back. And so the most logical step to take at that point to him was to go in after it. And the best part about it was, it's probably still up on YouTube somewhere, the Japanese police were trying to arrest him. And it's this big, he's probably something like 200 pounds, naked dude. And like 5 Japanese Keystone Cop police officers, and they've got this big pole with like a kind of hook on it, and they're trying to like get him with the hook, but like he charges them, and the police like run away. It was so sad. A sad day in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, like when a naked dude is chasing away 5 armed police officers. Like, It would have taken one New York City cop all about 5 minutes to have that guy on the ground and unconscious.
Oh, it's still
5 seconds.
Still level 1. Still level 1.
Oh, okay. So now she's level 2.
But I mean, to be fair, like I think they were trying to apprehend him without hurting him, which is never really an issue in the States. That's not really part of the, you know, the process. I mean, he just would have been tased in the States, and it would have been even better that he was wet
So maybe she tried to make it
and naked.
more things. And maybe for us, it's hard to explain.
I don't think a police officer has more fun in a given day than tasing a wet, naked dude.
What about the country?
Actually, that does sound kind of fun.
Do you do any shows in the store?
Yes, soon. We got one next week, but I don't think I'm doing it. I have other plans. But at the end of the month, there's a show, 4th Friday this month.
Okay. So I can check from the website.
Yep, TokyoCooney.com. And just send an email. Also, reserve if you can in advance. It usually sells out. So like the day before, please send an email to the website if you want to see.
Yeah.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Take care.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
Kiraz.
Kiraz.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
care.
to meet you too. You're leaving Gambate.
Yes.
Studying kindly.
What about you?
Alright, I'll tell her the inner one said. Kiraz, the internet wants to say hello.
Hey, hello.
This is them over here.
Okay.
Oh, I like her accent.
What?
Someone said they didn't like her accent.
Oh, really?
The internet's horrible. It's full of terrible people.
Oh, okay.
Wave, hi.
Yeah, well,
How are you?
wow, a lot of people
Hi,
there.
lady.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, see you. See you, darling.
Oh man, who says that with the accent? Although it is true. Yeah, sorry, the Eastern European accent doesn't really do much for me. Are the psychiatric hospitals in Japan interesting? In what way would you say interesting? In my experience, no. Just give you that little tidbit. Well, no, it is kind of true, Dr. Kenshin. Sorry. I mean, you called it as you saw it. Got to give you up, you know, for being honest. But just keep in mind when I do have people on the show, they can read what you're writing. There are a lot of flashers here. No, not particularly. I've not really heard of Japanese flashers ever, particularly. Gropers, yes. Underwear thieves, yes. And pervs in general, yes. Flashers, no.
See, I thought I was talking about something else.
That's a random question. No Jesse James.
So this is hard, and this is, I don't know, maybe I think you don't think
Everyone the hair has...
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Black hair has come back a bit from like 5 years ago. 5 years ago, black hair was out, and black hair kind of came back in for a while. There's this whole like kind of Asian beauty thing that came through a while ago. No robots, and then as far as you can tell. But the skin jobs, as we call them here in Tokyo, meaning robots that look like humans, for those of you who are uncultured. It's hard to tell, you know, really hard to tell.
You know, this is hard.
Thank you, Fast Tracks. I hate walking around Roppongi at night, personally. I mean, it can be entertaining, like when you're drunk, but generally speaking, nothing ever good comes out of Roppongi.
And then the
Well, I mean, like, what's in changes seasonally, so don't ask me, but just generally speaking. Also, it's spring, which means every university student that graduates right now has black hair. Like, it's hilarious. They all buy the exact same black suit, white shirt, boring tie. They dye their hair black because they're going to interviews for jobs. So you can spot like a recent grad so easily. It's like the suit and the haircut and the hair. It's just it's hilarious. But only like for the next like 4 or 5 months or so.
Yeah, but not too much. Not too much.
Very good point, Blackwoodina. I agree with that too, Ozil. Although Roppongi does have some good restaurants. There's a lot of restaurants in Roppongi I like. Yeah, Yeah, I mean, like, there was some douchebag on this show once, a commenter, who's like, yeah, dude, I live in, like, Midtown. I'm fucking rich, y'all. I got money. I live in Roppongi. It's like, dude, no matter how much money I ever have, I would still rather live in the same place I live in Nikabukuro. I would not want to, like, hang out and be in that area all the time. I mean, that just, I could not see enjoying
For
that.
example, something else. Wow, this is so hard. I still don't know how to do it, but it's negative.
Played and played, son.
Tomorrow, I have to go to school. Watashi wa ashita gakkou ni ikanakereばならない. This is a negative form at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody gets, like, overnight turns into a cog. Well, not that. Well. Yeah. I'll bite my tongue. I checked it a bit ago, but I've already forgotten. I think it's something like 15 degrees, whatever that is in Fahrenheit. I don't understand Fahrenheit or Celsius anymore. I have no freaking idea how temperature works. I don't remember. It's like I half understand Celsius and I half understand Fahrenheit. Like sometimes I understand metric, sometimes I understand the US system. I'm just confused now by any type of measurement. Actually, it's like well, for the pilot thing I was talking about before. Like it took me like 5 minutes to figure out how much the budget was in American dollars. This is like conversion rates and everything. I had second Kelvin too, Jesse James. I know exactly what you mean. Such a pain in the ass. Why can't the whole world just pick one system already and go with it? Seriously? And I think it's metric. I think we've decided that. Seriously, USA, get on board.
I don't buy anything for months now. Every day I understand online the thing. This is the polite degree.
Yeah, not really. I haven't been I was in Kabukicho briefly last week. Yeah, and I went to Golden Guy for like all of about 5 minutes last week, but it was dead. Like everything was closed, so I ditched. I like the Hilsey system you've got there. I would love to see the local weatherman go like, "It is jungle hot, bitches." That's your weather report. You do this. Are there subways in Tokyo? Yes. Lord Onion, there are subways in Tokyo.
I didn't heard this much.
How big would you say Bape is there? Is it Bape? Is it Bape? Is it Bape? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know. Like how big is Adidas? How big is Burger King? Like I really don't know. I mean, they've got a couple shops. I've heard the name of it, so it means it's not that obscure. Bape is a clothing brand done by some guy named what's his name? I don't know.
Oh, okay. Like c'est comme
yeah, I don't know. Sorry. But yeah, no, it's quite famous, I guess, amongst the Japanese. But I don't know that it's that big. I don't know. I really don't know. Sorry. The fashion is definitely not the place for me to answer questions. There's like, I should be the last person you go to for questions about fashion. Nigo, that's right. Nigo's the guy who owns it.
Between the cities we were like most, yeah. The cities we went.
Yeah.
Same for me nearly. I'm a buy what cheap kind of person. Definitely Walmart. Walmart works for me. They have Walmart in China. Shocky. They absolutely do have a Walmart in China. It's not called Walmart, but Walmart owns stores in China. They own stores in Japan as well. Yeah, Homestar. Homestar. Yeah, my homie. My Homestar. I wish I could give you some dealio on the down low about the hip hop fashion and whatnot, but I don't really know anything about that stuff. Silent Mood, yeah. Hiko Simon always puts all of his videos captioned in either English or Japanese, which I do not do because I am lazy. But he does that. It seems to work. And actually, the Daily English Show, I think they do that too.
Not even once. Okay.
No, there's not really a place like Goodwill in the way it is in the States. I mean, they have like places to donate clothing for the poor, but there's no like chain of like yeah, not really. Yeah, sorry, Homestar. It's really not my area of expertise. I mean,
yeah, of course. Ichido is once.
I try to stick to what I know whenever I can, so I don't end up just being like talking out my ass all the time. Talking out my ass about half the time on here. But I don't want to talk out of my ass all the time.
Not even once, but you need to know Ichigo is once.
I have been missing Wendy's City 2009, but I live in the hope that they will return.
Yeah, the door is fine. Ichi is one. And you guys
Wow, it's like a whole different language to me. That was a female version of what I was talking about before. Graduated student looking for a job that walked past me just now. No Taco Bell. No, sadly no. Although I did, I made tacos at home a couple weeks ago. That was awesome. I found a place that sold old El Paso taco shells, and I made some tacos at home. It was nice, nice. I'm sitting next to two of them. I am not the only white dude in Tokyo, believe it or not. Found Waldo. Fucking Waldo. Nah, pink pants are never a wise choice. Black Wadena, I don't think I even want to know why. Where in Tokyo are you? I'm in Shinjuku, south side of Shinjuku Station. For those who are just joining us. Shaki 12, that idea sounds a lot better in theory than in practice. I have the feeling that if I actually did that, it would be less exciting than it sounds. Yeah, Shinjuku Station is a clusterfuck. It is actually, it's definitely the most complicated station in Tokyo. Ikebukuro is fairly simple, actually. Ikebukuro Station is simple. So the three biggest are Shinjuku, Tokyo Station, Ikebukuro Station. So the three biggest stations in Tokyo. I believe in that order: Shinjuku, Tokyo, Ikebukuro. But Tokyo Station's mildly confusing. Ikebukuro, I think, is easy, and Shinjuku Station is just clusterfuck, as someone called it. No Oogler 1. People cannot read. They cannot read the bio that is 3 inches below my talking video right now. They cannot read the title of the video chat. So, yeah, I gave up expecting that a long time ago. Tokyo Station is retarded. And actually, I don't know if they're done revamping it. They were just redoing it. I mean, they're not going to change the old building look. They're just like cleaning it and giving it a facelift. But it's a beautiful station building. Awesome red brick building. And Shinjuku Station, yeah, is madness. I forget how many it is, but there's several hundred exits from Shinjuku Station. But essentially, like, whenever you meet anybody, everybody always says the same, like, 2 places to meet when exiting Shinjuku Station. Either the south exit, or the Studio Alta exit, depending on which way, if you're in the southern part or the northern part of Shinjuku Station. But what I do is I always meet people at the Southern Terrace exit because nobody ever meets there. It's a small little forgotten exit, but it's so easy to find if you just follow the signs for the Southern Terrace exit. So it's the easiest place to meet people, but everybody else gets lost. They always get lost. I always end up having 5 phone calls to direct them there. It's like, no, not the south exit, not the new south exit, not the southern Mitsukoshi exit, the Southern Terrace exit. There's like 6 major exits with the name South in it. It's also kind of like a competency test to see if people can, if they can find this place, then they're competent enough to hang out. Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, there was a YouTube meeting at like YouTube headquarters last Saturday, and I had pulled an all-nighter drinking stupidly, and I was going pretty strong until around 1 o'clock, I think 1:30 in the afternoon, and it was on my second third hour of Japanese language PowerPoint presentations about YouTube like things I already know, basically. It was somewhat interesting, but and I just decided, like, yeah, this is now going to be nap time. So I curled up in a little ball on one of those little bouncy ball Google cushion seat things they're so famous for, and took a little nap, which I apparently snored a bit. And Kiko Simon tried to wake me up, but I was just like, oh, go away, go away, go away. And then, like, when it all wrapped up, I woke up, and I felt so bad because, like, I fell asleep during, actually at the start of the chat by Tai Hasegawa, who's the YouTube community manager. I've known him for, like, 3 years now, I guess. And he just started, like, his presentation, and, like, I made it through, like, 3 slides when I just was like, no more. And, like, went to bed. And so he walks over after, and he's like, so, how was the workshop, Kev? I was like, I'm sorry, Ty, it's not you, it's the PowerPoint. It's just, as soon as the lights came down for the PowerPoint, it was very womb-like in here. It was the air conditioning. But he just Facebook friended me yesterday, so I think there's no hard feelings.
I would love to do it.
I know, seriously. If I'm in a meeting for more than an hour that I do not talk at some point, I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep.
That's fine.
Like actually, I don't even know why I went in the beginning. I mean, I couldn't stay away because it was a YouTube event. I had to go. Kiko Simon called me and told me he was going. I was like, oh, I have to go, but I knew exactly what it was going to be. It was going to be all these presentations in Japanese about like how to use like the account options on YouTube. It was like. What's the deal with me and Facebook? There is no deal with me and Facebook. I have a Facebook account, but actually my Facebook account is like private, or like I try to keep it as private as possible to people that I at least can like in some way legitimately say I've met in real life. But other people like Danny Chu, for example, use Facebook as a networking, like they use Facebook like the same way they use Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, but it really like I thought we had all decided as an internet culture that Facebook was going to be for actual real friends, like really actual people you have met and you know, and that MySpace was for like just running up as many numbers as you can. I thought that was the general agreed upon rule. But apparently not everybody got that memo. So So I thought that was my opinion, that Facebook is actually a useful tool for keeping in touch with my family and friends, who, by the way, all live abroad. So for me, it's actually somewhat essential, to actually keep in touch with my family and my friends from university and stuff like that. So I tried, but like now my Facebook is up to like 300 people. I totally have to cull it, but damn, it's hard. It's hard. Exactly. Yeah, I don't think Facebook is for. Like, I don't want a friend like Stephen Fry. As much as I love him on Facebook, I mean, I follow his Twitter, but I wouldn't try and friend him on Facebook because it's like he's not gonna like write on my wall and be like, hey, that was great at the party last weekend. Like, because all the functions on Facebook are meant for like sharing personal information amongst friends and family. Or at least a small group or a small group of people interested in the same thing. And I have like a Facebook fan page that someone set up for me, which I have a feeling is also going to become a memorial page, just like Rogers sadly has become after he died. Just hopefully not too soon. But I feel bad because like people Facebook and be like, I hope it's not weird. Can I be your Facebook friend? And it's like, it's not weird. It's just I don't want like 1,000 Facebook friends. Sorry. Yeah, I think Twitter and YouTube and blogTV is more than enough Cooney than anyone could ever possibly need in their life. In fact, if it were me, I would subscribe to the YouTube and that's it. If I were not me watching me. Yes, Gary's still around. Gary is most definitely around. I'm going to try and add him to the end of the video. I'm going to finish as soon as I finish this conversation with you people. Yeah, basically. Gary's good. Got a video coming about convenience stores and strange drink items at convenience stores as a phenomenon. So hopefully it'll be somewhat similar to the supermarket video in style. It's your call. Actually, my battery is almost dead, but I have a alternate laptop, so I can switch to that and hang out a little bit longer. But then I should go and do stuff. Yeah, Tricks Jason, as I just said, literally 30 seconds ago. The next video should come out tonight sometime. It's about convenience stores, somewhat similar to the one I did about supermarkets in style. So it'll be a bit talky, but I think it'll be interesting. And I've got to get that up today. I totally blocked the rest of today to do that, so I will be spending my Friday night at home video editing. There's another question I just missed. Form is always good. I think so. Can't be fine. Yeah, I just have to make more vids. You're absolutely right. Oh, S. to Dallas. Awesome. I was at the Cigarette and Salt Museum yesterday. Had lunch there at the cafe. A little rainy, but still. Delicious galette. Love that place. Now that the weather is actually getting nice, I'm going to be spending like 50% of my time either at this coffee shop, the Lateria in Ikebukuro, or the Salt and Tobacco Museum. That's pretty much my life in summer, is street side cafes. It totally is. Oh, this was totally fucked up. This was so fucked up. So I had a comedy show a week ago, and there was this, I think it's Swedish or Norwegian visual K band called Snakes of Eden at the show. They ran into one of the comedians in my show, this guy Cloudy Bongwater, who's a freak. He's a fucking freak. He's a great guy, but he's a freak. And they bonded because they both had asymmetrical blonde hair, meaning that Cloudy has a goatee only on one side of his face, and the left side of his hair is longer, and the right side is shorter. And so they bonded with him on the train for, I guess, looking like freaks, and then they came to the show. And me and like some of the other guys were sitting from across the room trying to figure out if these were like really hot chicks or dudes. And I walk over to go like to the pisser, and the one guy's like, "Oh, TokyoCooney? Are you TokyoCooney? Ah, we watch your videos in Sweden. We are band from Sweden, Guardian of the Snakes." But they were actually really cool, really cool guys. I checked out their music, and the music is actually not bad. So check out Garden of Snakes. No, Eden of Snakes. I think it was Eden of Snakes. Snakes of Eden. That's what it was. Snakes of Eden. Very interesting. I think they're still in town, and the reason I'm telling you this story is because they were saying that their favorite video is the Ice Cream City video, and I promised them that I would take them to Ice Cream City if they're in town. So I think I'm going to Ice Cream City with a Swedish visual K band, which I have to record. If that happens, I absolutely have to record that. That would be. So I vowed not to go back to Ice Cream City again. But if I went back with a visual K band from Sweden, that would have to be filmed. That would be awesome. I emailed the dude, he hasn't got back to me yet. But it was literally like, it was last Friday, so. I think they're here till end of March. It would be worth it for that. Definitely. Surreal. I love the surreal. I did. I told people on that video, well, at least one or two of the videos, that there's a 300 yen charge to get in. But yeah, I may not have been as clear as I could have been. Alright, so actually, this battery's almost dead, and I have to go to the bathroom like a racehorse. So I'm gonna close up this laptop, go to the little boy's room, and then come back and log back on. So give me like 5 minutes. Alright? Be back in like 5 minutes. Think about your questions, and then I'll stick around until, as I said in that, I'd be like, wow, that guy is such a douchebag. Fedora's like the hat Indiana Jones wore, essentially. Or think, lobster. A fez would be cool. That would be hilarious. A fez would be awesome. I think I would wear a fez before I would wear the fedora, actually. I might look good in the fez. That's awesome. I just like saying fez, to be honest. Alright. I should look into that. I'm sure I can get a fez somewhere in Tokyo. There must be a fez supplier somewhere in the city. Hey, Shazbot, whatever her name was Turkish. Maybe that's how I should attract the Turkish ladies. Not that I really want to, I don't think, no. Then Tokyo Sombrero, not going to work. Although there is an El Torito near here. I'm thinking when I leave you guys, I'm going to get my burrito on. I'm getting kind of hungry. All I had to do was a quiche here at Starbucks. It's the only thing in the Starbucks menu I don't hate. But the thing is, if I eat ramen, so I slept like 4 hours yesterday. Uh, so if I eat ramen, I will go home and sleep, and then wake up at like 9 p.m. and then be like, oh shit, I didn't get the video done. Fuck it. I'm just gonna watch the reunion episode of Jersey Shore instead and eat nachos. So ramen is like a very dangerous thing, you know. You're playing with fire when you play with ramen, you know, because that could just take me out for the whole day. Get the itis. Ramen gives me wicked quesadillitis. Never dropped acid, no. But I think it's actually ramen before like a day of work is similar to say maybe dropping acid before going to a club. You have no idea what type of effect it's going to have on the rest of the experience. Yeah, the itis is the one illness that makes sense. It's great. No, Scantron, since you're going drug by drug, let me just answer. I have never used any narcotics whatsoever. Never used any illegal narcotics. Ever. Uh, if I went to, say, a European country where it was legal, I think I would try one, but I don't. I drink. Drink is my sin, and that's enough for me. I was around weed all the time in college. A guy who was in my band was a weed dealer. It was everywhere. I probably had a million contact highs in university, but I just decided that I was going to stick to alcohol. That did not pan out well for me, says my liver. But I mean, honestly, like, it's probably not only healthier, all things said and done. Um, but it's just, well, still never tempted. In no way am I tempted to fuck around with drugs in Japan. Like, you have to be a moron to fuck around with drugs here, especially me. I mean, if you're here for a year and you're just having fun, what does it matter? But I've built my life here. I don't want to get like fucking exiled from this country after all the decade I've spent building a fucking life here. So I would never touch anything illicit. It's just retarded. It's just not, absolutely not worth it. And by the way, if I want to get fucked up, you know, alcohol will get me there plenty easy. The only thing I've ever done in Japan that was it was not illegal. At least at the time it wasn't. Now I think it is illegal. But there was an inhalant. It came in a small bottle called Rush that was popular at clubs. And you inhale and you get like a 45-second, like, wicked buzz. It's basically like huffing glue. Definitely not good for your brain cells. Did that a couple times. That's the only thing. But that was actually, you could buy that legally in stores. I think now it's illegal. I think it was only legal because they hadn't actually made a law about it yet. Akira, it had to come up at least once, didn't it? I don't know. Again, like, I'm 32. My time for fucking around with experimenting with things like that was a decade ago. Yeah, and I'm not going to argue the health benefits or, you know, like if alcohol or weed is worse. I actually think weed is probably better for you than alcohol. But the fact of the matter is, alcohol is legal in Japan, weed is not. So I'm going to stick with no idea what salvia is, and it's probably not legal in Japan. Yeah, if I'm in Amsterdam, sure, why not? I get drug tested regularly as well. Um, I teach one class on Tuesdays afternoons at KO Junior High, and they drug test me every like 3 months or so, every 6 months or so. So, I mean, if I wanted to, absinthe. Yeah, I haven't had the absinthe argument with anyone for a long time, but real absinthe is incredibly difficult to find, and from what I've heard, you can only get it in, like, say, you know, Czech or, you know, maybe Serbia, someplace like that. But like, it's essentially not out there. But there are absinthe-like things that people drink and they think is absinthe, but it's not. Uh, so I don't really know. Uh, and good for you, Chile or Chile, or I don't know. But if it's not made from wormwood, it's not absinthe. I know that much. But yeah, I think absinthe has a big reputation because of its role in literature, but it's not actually that exciting a drink. Well, unless maybe real absinthe does. I don't know. I've never had it. When I was in the UK, I had like something people told me was absinthe, but I do not believe it was because it just tasted like any other hard liquor. Yes, I did Tokyo Vision. I sent in a video for the reservation contest. It was kind of pointless because uh, Anthony Bourdain's already been to Tokyo twice on his show and once on a Food Network show that he had before the show No Reservations. If you haven't seen it, by the way, I'd try and find it. It's hard to find on BitTorrent site stuff. But before No Reservations, he did a show called A Cook's Tour for the Food Channel. That's pretty good. Well, it's shit compared to No Reservations, but it's still Tony. It's a younger Tony. So he'd already been here on TV shows 3 times when I sent my video in asking him to come and hang out with me here. So I was not surprised that he picked the chick from Saudi Arabia over me. Um, uh, but I had to give it a shot anyway. And they used my clip a number of times. I still get people telling me, I saw you for like 2 seconds on No Reservations. So, I mean, that's as close as I will ever come to Anthony Bourdain on TV. That's enough for me. Sound of Music was on the show. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. A little time on the boarding show. Made me happy. Oh, I've definitely been watching Lost. I've definitely been watching Lost. Up to the most recent episode, Sunrise, rocked. Totally rocked. I'm actually, season 5 was really dragging for me for a while. As did season, I think it was 3, also really sucked. But season 6 has definitely been awesome. I've never seen episode 24, but I love Lost. Season 5 was crap, I thought, of Lost. It was just confusing and stupid. The time traveling was so unnecessary. As soon as like the whole time traveling kind of side thing they went on just irritated the hell out of me. Emma, you're probably right about that. Yeah, people want me to sometimes be more Japanesey than I am. I've been watching, I just started watching yesterday, Dexter, and they keep doing these flashbacks to when he's a kid. And I just think it's going to be hilarious because when they get to like season 4, like they're going to only be able to do like flashbacks to when he was a teenager. Because the actor who plays him as a kid will be like gone through puberty. I also just watched, I watch way too much TV. Rather than sleep, I watch TV. I watched all of Big Love, all of Big Bang Theory, all of, what else did I watch? Jericho, all of Doctor Who, all of Torchwood in the last like 6 months. And actually, don't tell me anything about any of the shows I'm watching, or I will find where you live and kill you. I like Bill Love mostly because of Bill Paxton. I love Bill Paxton. Ever since Weird Science, I love Bill Paxton. I generally have stopped watching sitcoms. Big Bang Theory is the one exception I've made, and I watch 30 Rock, The Office. I like those, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's it. Jesus Christ, I watch too much TV. Wow. Yeah, I've heard good things about Modern Family. Emma, that was Dick. Fortunately, I don't care because I'm never gonna see that. The Stanley episode with The Big Bang was awesome. That was the last episode, right? Greatest line is at the end when Sheldon says, "I'm so excited! I got Stanley's autograph on this restraining order. I'll put it next to my autograph restraining order from Leonard Nimoy." Great line. It's funny, but like The Big Bang Theory it's fallen into the exact same trap. I don't know if it's bad. It's not necessarily bad, but exactly what happened to Will and Grace. That the only reason to watch Will and Grace was the side characters, not the main characters. Like the same thing with Big Bang Theory. I could really give a shit about Lawrence and whatever the chick's name is. Like the entire show is now about Sheldon. And I don't think either show intended to be about the minor characters, but both shows did it. So like the Big Bang Theory is now actually about Sheldon, and the main characters, like I really could care less about. Exactly what happened with Will and Grace. Almost happened with Frasier. Almost happened with Frasier. I think I did like the Daphne Niles storyline more than I cared about anything that ever happened with Frasier. That show barely survived that, falling into that kind of trap. It doesn't make the show bad. It just like kind of makes it a different show. I think they intended it to be. Daphne and Niles forever. Oh, really? Oh, God. Don't say I remind you of Niles. It's probably true, but my God. That's horrible. Later, more. Oh, I'd be great on Japan Big Bang. And I've got the dork chops. I got the dork street cred. I could totally do it. I haven't seen Parenthood. But actually, I like, what's his name? The stand-up guy who is the lead on that show. Title Seinfeld. Yeah, I'm totally not going to go see Bob Dylan play it. Because I've been burned too many times by going to see classic musicians play, and their shows always suck. I've rarely seen a good like classic musician putting on a show. I have a feeling that the Dylan show is going to be exactly. The tickets will be crazy expensive. I'd rather go to like 20 shows with non-famous local artists than one night of Bob Dylan going just and I would go to see him just to say that I saw him before he died. You know, that would be the only reason I'd go. I'd be like, so I could say at parties later on, yeah, I remember when I saw Bob Dylan at Zep Tokyo, because that would sound really cool to say at parties. That would be the only reason I would pay $200 to go see him. Otherwise, I'd be able to say that at parties later. I don't know. Tokyo is basically split between these huge venues that are just like monster moneymakers and these little hole-in-the-wall dive bars that can fit in at most like 50 people. And I tend to like the hole-in-the-wall dive bars more. And generally, I see better musicians playing on street corners in Tokyo than I see playing on TV. What good J-comics or J-dramas do I like? IWGP. That's about it. Maybe. Densha Otoko was alright. I don't know, most of them suck. Cool. Fire truck. I guess you can see that I'm thinking. Fire truck. Right. There. Do I like a Japanese bands? No, not really. I like blues. I always have. Yeah, that was pretty hilarious. Actually, I'm doing another filming for Tokyo Eye this coming Wednesday and Saturday. I don't know. I don't remember what the theme is. I think he said photography. I don't know what that means. He said that the theme was photography. I'm not sure how we're doing an episode about photography. But anyway, we're filming that Wednesday and Saturday. And then the studios Thursday the week after, which means it'll be on TV at the end of this month. TokyoCooney has been on a little bit of vacation, but he's coming back. Actually, TokyoCooney is, as of yesterday, going to be tweeting again and Facebooking. And he definitely has. TokyoCooney has to write a blog before next week, or TokyoCooney's going to be in a little bit of trouble with his boss. But TokyoCooney has a lot of other things that he wants to do. Sorry, probably like 2 people understood what I was just talking about. But TokyoCooney is the mascot for the website I work for, jibtv.com, which if you have not seen it yet, I highly recommend you do, as it's 24-hour a day English language programming about Japan. So if you're interested in Japan, it's definitely where you should go. Check that out. And also, I appear occasionally on it, so if that's not enough reason to manage, what do you need? Brian's 77, I've never heard of it. Sorry. I generally don't take notice of sweeteners. I drink my coffee black. Joe is gone. Sid Dallas. Joe is gone. You might remember Joe is the very vivacious British woman who was both a guest on this blogTV thing and was also on Tokyo a couple times. She now lives in Los Angeles, California. It was very sad to see her go. It was weird because I think there was kind of this weird like thing between us, like where it was almost like we kept saying we're gonna go out to dinner, go for drinks, and then we just never did. I liked her. She was very cute. I think she liked me. But I don't know. Also, she was looking for like a serious relationship. She was looking for like marriage, I think. So, but she's a great girl. Really cool girl. Oh my God, kinda. That's a sight for sore eyes. Hilsey, I think you meant to write honey, not horny. I'm not sure what typo that was, but either one would be pretty funny. True. But yeah, she was really cool. But just like kinda, everybody goes back. So sad. So sad. Oh, that kinda's gone. Oh, now she's back. She's back again. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again, the worst part about living in Tokyo is that all the cool people eventually leave. Tokyo misses Kaina. Tokyo Heart kinda. We'll hold you to that kinda. You know, kinda is one of your daily five. I've already called dibs on what I want you to will me kinda. So just make sure I get it. Just pack it in ice, kinda. Just pack it in ice and have them ship it. Dry ice and ship it. Yeah, kinda is back in the UK and is ill. That's all I'll say. Sadly. Oh, we're pulling for you. Yeah, you better not Roger on us. Or I swear I'll fly to that country, dig you up, drag your ass back here. No, no, never contacted me. You're a guest on the show. This is my chance to find out if I like necrophilia. I think she assumed I was joking, which I was not. Kind of stunning. Well, kind of better not turn into a zombie because I know for a fact that those near and dear to her all have very, very, very well thought out zombie defense plans. So I don't think kind of would last very long as a zombie at all. Sedaculous. Yes, LA is where it's at. And don't think that I don't think about going back there almost every day. I do. And actually, also, Liesl Wilkerson, who used to do Tokyo Eye with me way back when. Liesl was awesome, awesome woman, so cool. She was in uh, Lost in Translation briefly. She was the hot girl in the elevator. I think it was an elevator scene with Bill Murray. where there's like I can't remember the scene exactly, but I know she was in that. So that's the only place you might have seen her. But she did a bunch of stuff around Tokyo. She did like event hosting, voice work, but she left and moved to LA too. Damn it! Everybody moves away. This is actually true. Kind of quizzed me on my zombie contingency plan. I think in one of the first few days we met. Fortunately, I have a pretty good zombie contingency plan. But as I recently realized, kind of, I don't think I ever, but I didn't figure this out when you were here. But like they cremate everybody in Japan, so essentially Japan is zombie proof. I mean, there will be a limited number of zombies, unless the zombie infection is spread by biting. But if it's purely like a radiation waking up the dead type of zombie issue, like in the original uh, Night of the Living Dead, the Night of the Living Dead, if they bit you, you did not become a zombie. And I would have to go back to that as an origin story for zombieism in film. I can't tell you what my zombie contingency plan is. Because then, like, everyone would go to the place I would go to be safe from zombies. There'd be too many people and not enough resources. Exactly. Who would notice? Who would notice? It's actually getting kind of chilly. I should have packed a heating bed. Children. Man. Children. I have a contingency plan, right? I just can't tell you what it is because then, because part of it is having a place to go to escape from the zombies. So if I tell people where that place is and how I plan to defend it. Oh, Rand, no. My zombie plan is not defensive at all. It's offensive. As Sun Tzu said himself, the best defense is a good offense. I mean, to fight the zombies, I'm gonna bring the fight to them. You know, I'm not gonna run from the zombies. No way. Zombies gotta be running from me, mofo. No, it's like that's a good one. That's a good idea. That actually is not a bad one. All right, I'm gonna go to Enoshima Island and then blow up the bridge with C4 because zombies can't swim. There, we got it out of me. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer? Oh my god, no, I have not seen that. I have to see that, and soon. I just lost complete interest in this video chat, and I just want to go to YouTube and watch that. Oh, wait. Zombies can walk on the bottom of the sea? Really? I am not familiar with this. If Kindness says this is true, then I'll believe it. Yeah, corpses float. The undead would definitely float. There's no way they could walk. No, it's against the laws of physics. And I'm sorry, laws of physics have to trump this. Zombies could not walk on the bottom of the sea. It's just not possible. They could like driftwood themselves over to the island. That I could see. But just, I mean, laws of physics has to trump. The buoyancy of a corpse would have to outweigh. I'm sorry. It just has to be that way. I know what you're trying to say, Tamerlane, but all right. What we'll do is we'll put it to we'll table it, for now. Uh, I'm gonna have to do some more research on zombieism to find out more about this. I haven't seen the film in which allegedly zombies walk underwater. If I see the film, perhaps I'll come to a different understanding. Yahoo Answers. Actually, I'm gonna have to go later to Yahoo Answers and ask whether or not zombies can walk underwater. Somebody, I occasionally Google myself because I'm an egoist. Somebody asked on Yahoo Answers if I was funny. Thank God the answer was, well, at least one person said yes. Jesus. That question needs to be shot. What, my clown? Do I amuse you? Hit you with my fucking shine box. What is the perfect book? Alright. I think I have enough PayPal dollars to get myself a copy of the Zombie Survival Guide. I actually haven't been doing enough reading lately. It'd be good for me. Oh, no, I haven't probably read this Zombies. I do want to read that, though. I am a big clown-like. I am a big clown-like. Especially when I'm overly caffeinated. I can admit that. But Noshawk, that's a good point about the Arctic or the desert. But you then have to live in the fucking Arctic or the desert. Who wants to live there? I mean, yeah, I'm scared of zombies, but I don't want to live in Alaska. There's just some things I won't do, even if like a zombie death is at hand. You know. Because also consider you might have to, rebuild the human civilization from just one extremely gorgeous model who's trapped alone with you in that place, or five. You know. there's a future to think about as well. It's not just your own survival, the survival of the human race. All right, for God's sakes, enough with the zombies. This topic is officially dead. I have to get going in like 10 minutes. As I said, if I don't edit this video today, then it's not going to happen for like another week. Because this weekend and next week are packed already. So, any last questions before I leave you to yourselves? Anyone want to float a topic unrelated to the undead? The word onion? No. Very simple. They're released at TokyoComedy.com. One word. TokyoComedy.com. It's the website for my comedy group and lists all the shows that we do. Well, I mean, public shows. We do private shows for companies and stuff like that too, but any public show would be listed there. Very simple. TokyoComedy.com. So simple. I will try to mention zombies in my next video. Well, I mean, if it just so happened that I happened to be at NHK when the zombies attacked, and Morning Musume were filming in a nearby studio, and that we escaped together, you know, I could see that working out for humanity. I would feel confident in the future of the human race. I'm not a greedy man. I'll keep a 48 will do. You know what? Akira, I'm not going to give you any money, but the zombie pilot might not be that bad. Kind of all of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like a zombie J-drama. And the subtext of it would be zombieism as a metaphor for breeders, eats, and other so-called lost, purposeless Japanese young people. No, it had to be like it's just the one zombie, and she's in love with the guy, and she's doesn't want the guy to know that she's a zombie. I have feeling it's already done. No, best case scenario, SMAP survives, and me, and Morning Musume. And then I hunt SMAP members down and kill them on an island so that I can have Morning Musume to myself. I think that would be the ultimate scenario. One in which I get to hunt and kill all the surviving members of SMAP. No, because then I think Morning Musume would be angry at me for killing SMAP. So we're trapped. Me, Morning Musume, and SMAP escaped to this island from the zombies, right? But SMAP, one of the members, probably Kusanagi, because he's a fucking punk, he got bitten on the boat escaping, but he hid it from everybody. And then he turns zombie and infects the other members of SMAP. And so I have to protect Morning Musume from the now undead SMAP members by crushing their skulls. That's the best case scenario right there. That's what it is. Guildless SMAP killing plus a life with Morning Musume. Nice. On a boat. Nice. Oh no, this is not the best case scenario for a TV show. I mean, for like my life, like my future. I wouldn't go as far as to call it a plan. I wasn't talking about a TV show. I was saying like, how I'd like to see my life turn out. It feels like, where do you see yourself 10 years from now? I see myself on an island hunting down zombie SMAP members with a harem of Morning Musume. Yeah, that seems like a pretty cool. That could work. How to make this happen? I got to go read Who Moved My Cheese and the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People now and figure out how I'm going to make this happen. That's good now. From now on, when people ask me where I see myself in 10 years, I now have a good answer to that question. So this was a very productive day for me. Was there anything in Who Moved My Cheese, Hilsey, that might help me make this SMAP zombie Morning Musume plan work? Yeah, probably not. Oh well. Alright. I'm gonna roll. Sorry, folks. But the video's not gonna edit itself. Ah! The warrior needs food badly. So it was nice talking to you folks. Let me just record a little goodbye thing here. Thanks everybody for stopping by. It was great chatting with you all. I will be back next week, hopefully with a guest. It was fun chilling here in Shinjuku. I'm not sure where I'll be next week, or who the guest will be, but check out my Twitter. I will post, if I can, information about next week's show on my Twitter feed. And look for a video coming up on my YouTube channel, TokyoCooney, well, tomorrow, if all goes according to plan, which it must. Very nice. Thanks for hanging out. See you guys later. Alright. I should go. Thanks, folks. Cool seeing you all. Fast show. I've been here for 3 fucking hours. Kidding me? How this seemed like 2 weeks ago. I was out for like 3 hours. You're like, wow, that was fast. 3 hours is a long time. Alright. Thank you guys for sharing with me. Have fun. Kinda. We all wish you get well soon and get your ass back here soon. Feel better. And that's it. Alright. Cooney out. Navik, sorry. Come this time next week. Come 3 hours ago this time next week. Just wrap up the show. So all of these questions that you're asking would be better asked, not in the last 30 seconds of my show. Later.
Talk.